Good morning. I got a sweatshirt on. This is crazy. Normally, I'm in the tank top, like so excited that I live in Dallas, but it's a little brisk this morning. Welcome to this week's Walk and Talk. I am Deanna, the Kept Wife Strategist. If you are new here, welcome to DestinationDionna, a.k.a. the Keptiverse, where we cover all things kept. I have a weekly live show on Wednesdays called Sounds About Wife, where I am giving the wife perspective and preparing professional women to be kept wives, right? So no matter how much money they make on their own, they are not forfeiting having a genuine man of God who delights in providing. We love it here. But on Mondays, that is when I take you on a walk with me. And I mean, when it's raining or if I'm injured or something like that, or I just don't feel like it, right? I might be in the car, but it's still the walk and talk series. So listen, this morning we're talking about why you don't coach yourself when it comes to love. And this topic was brought about because last night I actually went to tonight's conversation, the live podcast taping with Ace Metaphor and his amazing panel. Oh, that's my hair sticking out like that. That's going to bother me. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I'm like, that little thing's going to bother me. But anyway, so I went to tonight's conversation and I will be completely honest. I didn't have really high expectations about it, right? I thought, okay, this is all about viral moments, you know, this is for entertainment. So I didn't really think there was going to be that much, I don't know, substance, right? But I was pleasantly surprised. And I made a post about this yesterday. Ace Metaphor took a photo with us. So, put that up, all the things. But the panel did an amazing job of hearing the people's questions, which were, relationship related, um, being able to be entertaining, but they still gave valuable advice, which is, as a relationship coach who really cares about the health of relationships, that meant a lot to see that happen. But what I found was that, well, not what I found, but what I got out of the experience. I'm like, okay, so people are paying for a ticket, however much it was. The tickets varied from like $60 up to like $500, depending on the experience you wanted to have. Good morning, everyone who's joining in. Um, and, they're paying for a 2.5 to 3 hour experience where there's a panel of people and they get up, the audience gives their relationship questions and they ask for advice and the panel gives it, right? And when you watch them online, you see all of the kind of viral moments. You know what I mean? You see the snapshots of the funny things or the things that are really like outlandish and all of that. But what I noticed from everyone that was getting up, it was all women, by the way, right? All women. Everything they were talking about seemed glaringly clear to not only me, but everybody else in the audience. That it was like red flags, like prime reasons to break up now, which is now available on Amazon worldwide. Get your copy. Deanna Marie Washington, Break Up Now, Releasing the Shame of Divorce and Finding Peace and Letting Go. You know, prideful plug. But everyone else could see it too. I mean, the entire audience is like, break up now. They're like, leave him, red flag. Like everyone, right? It's glaringly clear. And that's what got me to thinking. Everyone is trying to coach themselves in love. And that's why we're here. That is why we're here. Everyone thinks, I'll figure this out. I got it. I'm smart. I'm successful in my career. I'm raising kids, right? They're thinking about all the things that they are doing well. And they're like, I can figure this out. Not thinking about all of the help and support that you get for the other areas of your life. So, okay, you're successful in your career. Are you telling me that you've never had a mentor? You've never had a supervisor take a liking to you who teaches you the ropes? You've never had a manager or an executive that sees promise in you, that is ahead of you, so they tell you the way there? You've never had that in your career, in your job? Of course you have. Parenting. You don't ask your mom. You don't ask other moms, right, who've had kids longer than you. Good morning. You don't ask anyone about that. You don't ever get any help. You don't read any books. You don't go to any seminar. You don't do any of that stuff. Of course you do. But when it comes to love, everyone thinks they just have a PhD in it. It's like the one area where people think it's beneath them to get help. They think, I should know this. I should be good at this. I don't know why. I do not know why people choose to suffer like in silence. And then more than that, so I'm in this area, I'm sorry, this event, and I'm seeing person after person get up and tell their most embarrassing personal details to a crowd of strangers that is being taped to be shown everywhere on the internet. And people would rather do that than pay someone to help them in private. I It floored me. It floored me. I said, wow, these people are really out here telling it all, not caring. Like one woman even got up and said, I already told my man, if you all tell me to break up with him, I am. I said, ma'am, we don't know him. Like, if you got to come here and ask us, and you gonna do what we say about your life with your person, this is insanity. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And it just reminded me, like, why I love my Kepties even more. Because my Kepties are willing to say, I know I'm smart. I know I'm successful. I know I do a lot of things well. But guess what? This one area of my life, I'm not having the same results that I have in other areas. So, you know what? I see Deanna. She lives a pretty good life. She has an amazing husband. That's not a phantom husband of her imagination. We actually see him in real life showing up, supporting her. Shady, a little. Truth, a lot. I'm going to reach out to her. I'm going to work with her. I'm going to see if she could teach me some of what she knows so that I can have success in love. Shout out to my Kefties. Ah, I love you all. I love you for saying, I want this so bad. I'm going to go about it the right way. I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to get help. Because listen, it is not a sign of you being incapable by you getting help. It's actually a sign of intelligence. It is you saying, I know eventually I could figure this out. I could read books. I could watch videos. I could go to seminars. I can do all of these things. And I'm smart enough to figure it out. However, I'm even smarter because I know that I want to collapse time. I know I want to skip some of that and get right to the good part. Get right to the part where I have my love. So if there's someone else who's a further ahead of me in the journey and they can give me the cheat codes and the strategies and the ways to it, I'm going there. I'll pay for that. Because whatever you don't pay for in money, you're going to pay for in time. And I have learned this personally, right? When I've seen someone who knows something more than me and I didn't pay for their help, I ended up taking a year or two. I'm back there with that person paying for the help, and now I'm paying more because they don't raise their rates. Listen, that's what's gonna happen. Y'all gonna see my videos. You're like, oh, I like her. I like what she's talking about. She knows what she's talking about. Oh my God. And every time I see her, she's slimmer, she's richer, she's all these things. Yeah. And if you don't start working with me when you first see me, you're gonna work with me later. And it's gonna be more expensive. Whew. And you're gonna get less access because I'm gonna be bigger. Like not bigger. Not like that bigger. I mean, I'm gonna be bigger as far as like influence, right? So when my influence grows, my access is gonna decrease. It's gonna be less. But listen, real talk, right? If you don't take anything else I say from this live, because you know I'll be a little bit all over the place, but there's always a bunch of gems. You just gotta catch them. If you don't take nothing else from this live, what I want you to take is this. When it comes to love, you have blind spots, right? Because it's matters of the heart. You are emotional, right? And you can't see clearly. And by the time you recognize the patterns that are really a problem for you, it's usually after all of the hurt. It's usually after you've been in the negative pattern for a really long time. This is why mentorship is so important and why it shouldn't be left out of love. Mentorship is not just for business, it's not just for life coaching, it is for love. Who you align yourself with romantically, who you marry, is one of the most important decisions you will ever make because it impacts everything else about your life. So don't take that lightly. A mentor is going to get to know you. They are going to learn how you think, how you process things. They're going to observe and they're going to catch on to patterns much more quickly than you because they're not emotionally attached the way you are. There are just certain things you can't see. You know, when my husband and I were planning to get married, both of us have been in the coaching field. Between us, we have 20 plus years of experience, and we still hired somebody to do our premarital preparation because we wanted to make sure that we had outside eyes looking at what we were building to point out areas of opportunity for us. And it was such a great investment. We continue to invest. Annually, we meet with the same coach just to recalibrate, make sure that we're progressing forward, making sure that we have the tools that we need to be successful. Think about it. Anyone that you know who is successful, they have some sort of mentor, they have some sort of support. So I implore you, in the description of this video, I actually have the entry to working with me. It is a new space that I've just created, and I'm so proud of this space. I've been praying about it probably for over a year, um, and God said it was time. It is an accessible entryway. I know a lot of people have wanted to work with me, and I run more of a Chanel level boutique type of coaching. It's not for everybody. My rates are not for everybody. I understand that. But this entryway called the Kepti Academy, it is accessible. And when you sign up before October 31st, you actually get the founding member rate, and it will never be this low again. This is the lowest it will be. And there's no contract. You can cancel at any time, but you won't want to, because inside there are going to be weekly micro moves. That is things for you to do to actually put you in the right energy to attract healthy love. Then all of the coursework that is included in the academy is all about healing, removing your love limitations, uh, everything about self, right? Teaching yourself how to be more accountable, how to love yourself in a way that wouldn't allow you to be in relationships that don't align with that, right? So that's the regular coursework that is in there. It's all my signature teachings that are, well, that were created to set the right foundation for healthy love, for you to attract it and be able to sustain it as well. Um, and the bonus is this is now going to be my hub for all of my live master classes and workshops. So instead of having to sign up for one-off things, you could just join the academy and know that you already have entry to my quarterly master classes and workshops. And those, man, they're worth the cost of admission anyway, right? The cost of membership anyway. So yeah, thank you for taking your time to check me out, whether you were walking with me live this morning or you'll be checking me out on the replay. So quick recap. You don't want to coach yourself when it comes to love. Love is a very emotional thing, but it is such an important decision when you're thinking about who you are going to spend your life with. It impacts every single area of your life. So you want to choose wisely and you want to be prepared properly to do that. And you need someone who's made all the mistakes. Benefit from my mistakes, right? You don't have to make the same mistakes I did. I can tell you how to avoid them. And I can tell you the quicker way to do what it took me a long time to do, right? I know all the quick steps, all the strategies. So let me give them to you. All right? Thank you so much. I love you all. See you next week.